What's up guys, Eric here from EBM Productions, here with another video, this time about the UFC Perth, or UFC Australia is all I'm going to say. This was a busy week, so I didn't really follow along too much, but I knew Carlos Prates versus JDM is happening, and a lot of other Australian versus etc. Fighters, like Beneil Dariush, who lost, which, versus Kellen Salkeld. I'm going to say it way wrong because I'm not Australian. Steve Erceg. It's so crazy that people thought Tim Elliott would beat him. Like, I was so shocked at how many people picked against Steve Erceg just because he's on a skid, so to speak. Alright, so it's not the main point why I'm making this video, just to gloat because of my win percentage, which, by the way, was 100%. I just couldn't get everything on camera in time. However, what I want to talk about specifically is JDM versus Prates, and why I picked Prates actually to win beforehand, and what was a bit different when the fight happened. Because we can predict, but 99% of the time, something will happen that's different, or just a little bit out of the plan that you saw in your head happening. If it happens perfectly, you are lucky, or just very, very, very good at analyzing MMA. So 2 or 3 weeks ago, I rewatched Edwards versus Prates, and I rewatched the Ian Gary fight, to see what the newest version of Prates can do and how he won, which I remember that night. I was like, he's throwing the straight left and he's landing it. Leon should look. And then Leon did one of the dumbest things ever. He was mid stand switch when he was squared up when he got sniped right on the chin and sent flying. And I was like, yeah, there it is. Also, in the Edwards fight, I was like, let me see how good Prates' takedown defense is, because I'm a bit suspect on that. And this fight that just happened with JDM kind of confirms that, but I'll explain where the difference is now. Okay. I watched that, and then the Gary fight, how he lost. And honestly, Gary just kept Prates at a distance that he's not used to fighting. He kind of nullified him by keeping him too far. So, okay, cool. That was the two ways that he can lose and he can win. Cool. How did JDM lose his previous fight is what I checked. And then what holes does he have in the fights that he still won? The reason why you look at the fights that he still won, and where he got tagged, or somehow, where he got tagged, where his defense issues is, and takedown defense issues is because it will paint a picture on what can happen in the fight, the coming fight. And then on top of it, if the opponent has the perfect puzzle piece to fit into that opening, he will lose. That usually the guy with the puzzle piece will win, and the guy without it, the hole, will lose. So what ended up happening is JDM, because of the leg kick thing, got attacked by the legs and then started breaking there. But that's not actually how Prates fully won this fight. People are going to say that's the whole thing, but it wasn't. That was a byproduct actually. So Prates in round 1 noticed that JDM had a propensity to shell up because he comes from boxing, or he has a more boxing oriented background. Now, the difference between JDM and Ilia Topuria, because I'm using him as an example because he's a very good boxer in MMA, is Ilia moves his arms, etc., in ways where the knee is not viable, versus Jack hunching down. And this is something that Peter Yan also did, and he got caught for it by Sterling, Corey Sandhagen, Marab, etc. So the difference is Jack hasn't really sorted this out. Now, this would have been another issue for him in the fight versus Islam Makhachev, because if Islam timed him doing this, it would be all takedown city. So Prates noticed this and started attacking down, and then throwing the hook around, and then started throwing the knees or body kicks. the kicks to the liver, which did hurt JDM. So he kind of picked a way to see where is the holes in JDM's defense, etc. And then he started landing leg kicks. From there, it was a snowball effect, and also he was timing every time Jack did this. Now, what is very interesting, this is exactly what would happen with a pro boxer with elite hands that comes over to MMA. Because let's say this pro boxer, like a Crawford is the best example right now. He's in his prime, he has very good hands, clearly, and then has a wrestling background, just like Crawford has. But the problem is, he doesn't have a kickboxing background, jiu-jitsu background. And then on top of it, he still has the propensity to shell up, or fully shell, or let's say paw. Even pawing, you see, it leaves an opening. I kind of dropped the pawing thing because, because I got caught. And I noticed, I was like, oh, other guys are getting caught. Canelo, that's how he got caught actually by Crawford. Crawford baited him out, pulled down the hand, landed the strikes just as he was throwing, or every time he tried to pull the hand down. There's a different name again for it, the term, but don't worry about it. You guys get the point. Don't do this. Don't do this. And also, even if you're at a distance, imagine Conor McGregor now doing... what do they call it again? Fencing. The fencing. You are open on the top of your head, body, and when you're pulling it back, it's still this bend. The whole area is open. With MMA gloves, it's even worse. So, Prates noticed this. That's why he started throwing the knee, the flying knee, the kick to the body to catch JDM in between. And then he's tried elbows, spinning back elbows, etc. And he started landing more and more. Because JDM then didn't have answers to it, his legs were vulnerable as well, got chopped, everything got damaged. Like just before the final round where he got stopped, I was like, look at his body. It's destroyed. His skin is showing, yes, because he's a bit more pale, just like me, but it's more so because of raw, unadulterated damage, because Prates is a very hard hitter. And what happened is, in the end, he just got broken down. That's it. Islam Makhachev, he almost did the same thing, but he couldn't get to that point where, well, let me say it like this. He couldn't break JDM down everywhere. Prates broke his chin because he rocked him many times with the left hand and with the right hook. He dropped him a few times as well. Almost dropped him as well. Then also the knees to the arms. His arms are probably destroyed right now, like welts. Okay, not welts. You get like these eggs that literally swell. It's like this hematoma. And then the liver got destroyed. Even here on his kidney, you could have see where the kicks landed. He was hurting here on the love handles, the kidney, the lower ribs, and then the legs completely. He got broken. Versus Islam, he got tagged, but Islam he stayed safe and didn't land too hard because he didn't want to overcommit. And then he just attacked the legs. And he didn't spam hard leg kicks. He just spammed where he touch and pulls. I think Islam was like, this guy's too dangerous for me to try and do the striking thing. I'm happy with just mauling him. Just destroying him on the ground. And that's what happened. However, personally, the destruction that Prates just did, to me, is more impressive. Like, just being honest. And this pulls away a little bit of Islam's win, but so what? That will be a good fight later on. Now, here's the only problem. Prates did not try to really defend versus JDM. That's why he got taken down. And then on his back, he really didn't show decent BJJ or defensive skills from the bottom. He needs to practice that if he wants the belt. Because Islam and guys like Bilal are a different breed when they're on top of you. Completely different. So I really think Prates just needs to work on that hard before even doing anything. Then I want to see him versus Morales, or let him sit out and then fight the winner of Islam Makhachev versus Ian Gary. because Gary is still in line. Gary beat Prates. There's no other person that can be in line. Other than that, guys, Prates did look better when he started defending initially in the second round. But then again, Jack started breaking down. Not just tired. He didn't just get tired. A lot of people think, oh, this guy's tiring out. No. He's gassing out. He's tiring out. No. What happens is the damage in your body sends blood to those zones, meaning you are weak everywhere. So yeah, it was a fun fight to watch. I love the time for us. Where we stay, it was like midday. Everybody else is crying about it, but I'm like, wow, we like Australia's fight cards because we can watch them at normal times where we don't kill ourselves and have to try and focus with tired minds. Anyway, I had 100% accurate pick rate. I wish I placed some bets. And actually, I said it will be an early KO for Prates. I should have put some money on it. But I had way too much to do and felt less confident because I didn't do enough film study, in my honest opinion. I did a bit and I saw glaring holes, like massive, but nothing crazy. For JDM, I hope he fights one of the other guys that also lost in the welterweight division. And then also, he needs to watch this video and see what I'm going to say now, because other people are not going to say it. He needs to go train with Peter Yan. Peter Yan first, because Yan knows how to handle the knees when he's shelling up. He knows how to handle the elbows that comes from over the top, etc. He knows how to use his boxing in MMA better. I would have said Ilia Topuria, but they've trained together apparently. And then on top of that, Topuria has a few openings just like this. And that's a problem. Now, I'll mention them way in the future when we possibly see Islam versus Topuria, but it's a small chance. But anyway, I'll point out the glaring holes when we see him fight again. I might not do it for the Gaethje fight, though. Just being honest. Yeah, Gaethje doesn't throw that kind of shots. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. And I hope JDM goes training with Peter Yan, and then also Craig Jones for the wrestling, jiu-jitsu aspects. And finally, I hope he does some crazy leg conditioning in Thailand. That's my best advice for him. Other than that, it was a good card. Happy with all the results. Really, I am. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.